Hi YouTube, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here, and finally a Blue Eyes Dragons deck update. I know you guys are looking forward to this because I've got quite a few questions on my two other deck videos. When are you going to do Blue Eyes? And I got lots of messages on Duel Network last night when you're going to do Blue Eyes deck update as well. So let's get started, shall we? Start off with my absolute favourite monster in the entire game, Blue Eyes Shine Dragon. And I am never taking her out because she's my favourite monster. Why would I want to take her out? Next we have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Obviously no Blue Eyes deck should be without this. Next we have 3 White Stones of Legend. When it's sent to the graveyard, it adds a Blue Eyes White Dragon automatically to the hand, and it's a level 1 tuner, which is quite good as well. Next we have Light and Darkness Dragon. This is my sort of anti-meta card to lock down the field, basically, and when it's destroyed, it can resurrect a monster in the graveyard if needed. Then we've got 3 Alexandrite Dragon, a 2000 attack light type dragon beat stick, just good for running over the things like Thunder King and, those kind of monsters really. 1 Vanguard of the Dragon, discard a dragon type monster who gains 300 attack, it's permanent and stacks. And when he's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, he resurrects a normal dragon type from either graveyard. So I can resurrect Blue Eyes, I can resurrect Alexandrite if needed, or I could nick your normal dragon if you've got it in a graveyard. Next, 2 Delta Flyer, a level 3 dragon tuner. It increases other monsters leveled by 1 on the field, so it makes it brilliant for synchroing into level 7s and higher. Next we have 3 Mass Dragon. Now some people are saying that Battle Search, like cards like Mass Dragon, that aren't going to be very good for the format because Insectors and Windups can target and destroy Singularity. But I still like it. I like to have the option to search, and in honest truth, against some of the Insector decks that I have gone up, they've been more interested in popping the back row because if they know that that's on the field, the back row is a bit more dangerous really, but I could be wrong, but I just prefer having the option to search. And then we've got 3 Totem Dragon. This card has shot up in price again. It used to be £10, it's gone up to 15 or so now in eBay I've seen, because of the Chaos Dragons and everything. But what it does is it can act as 2 tributes for the summon of a dragon type monster. And it's like a Treeborn Fog. If it's in the graveyard, there's only dragons in there, and I've got nothing on my field. Excuse me. No monsters on my field. I can resurrect it. Unfortunately, it's banished if it's done that way, but it's really good for many combos for summoning out Blue Eyes, Lad, synchroing, exceeding. Such a versatile little card. Next on to the magics, we've got Standard Polymerization because it's pro. Future Fusion, mainly to target 5-headed dragon. Sorry, I don't know why I'm choking there, my bad. Mainly to target for a 5-headed dragon to get other dragons into the grave. Say, for example, if I'm mainly to target the White Stones of Legend, so I can add 3 Blue Eyes to hand, or any number of Blue Eyes to my hand, and then I can fusion the ultimate dragon that way. It's also brilliant for sending the Totem Dragons to the graveyard because that's where they're best suited in honest truth. Or if I need to send Alexandrite or Blue Eyes and that to the graveyard for anything else. On the rare occasion, I can use it for Ultimate Dragon, but it is tricky, but I can do it. Next, we've got 2 Pot of Dualities, just to see 3 turns into the future and improve your hand, basically. But you can't special summon the turn you activate that card. I sometimes forget that ruling, it does happen. Next, we've got Staple of Heavy Storm. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I think 1 Storm and 2 Mystical Space Typhoon are pretty good for the format really, so I'm pretty happy with that. 1 Lightning Vortex to destroy. Staple Dark Hole to blow up the field. Staple Monster Born in order to resurrect. Gold Sarcophagus to search out anything I need in the deck. 1 Book of Moon to protect myself or my monsters. And 1 Pot of Agries to recycle monsters and for draw power as well. Traps now, we got standard Mirror Force to destroy monsters that try to attack me. My favourite trap card in the game. 2 called the Haunted. I'm just sticking with 2 because I think I've got enough resurrection cards in Honest Truth. If I ever do need to put in 3, I'll put in 3, but I think 2 is more than adequate for the moment. Then we've got Solemn Judgment, the ultimate counter card. Starlight Road. I've decided to put Starlight Road back in. You'll see why in a moment with the extra deck, but there were quite a few times where, in the tournaments at least, I've always thought I should have put Starlight Road in here instead of Trapstun. Yeah, I've actually taken out Trapstun. Trapstun is still really good, but most of the cards nowadays tend to destroy and not to remove from play or cause problems and all that. So Starlight Road is brilliant, especially now that we've got we've got loads of destruction in that nowadays. So I think Starlight Road probably would be better for the moment at least. But if I need to return to Trapstun, then that's what I'll do. And finally, I'm back to 2 compulsory evacuation device. This is a really versatile little card. It's really good for this format. If you don't believe me why, apparently there's a wee obscure ruling. Because, say for example you're going up against Insectors, if you bounce the monster that before it gets equipped, then the equipped card, say Hornet, goes to the graveyard due to game mechanics and not an actual effect, so Hornet would not get its effect. Apparently, I heard that ruling from John, who's a friend from the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Thank you very much for that ruling. That was really quite clever to do. I was actually dithering whether or not to go for 2 of this or 2 Forbidden Chalice as my tech to get around the effect monsters that are going to be in this format, wind-ups and sectors and everything. But Compulse is better because this was in the build that got me into top 8 a couple of months ago. It's very chainable. It bounces monsters, so if your opponent's normal summon, they can't summon again that turn. So much more versatile. I think this is actually a better alternative than, say, forking out for a Max C or an Effect Veiler, but we'll just have to wait and see when the next tournament videos come up. Okay, going on to the extra deck now. Still sticking with 2 Ultimate Dragon, because it's one of the main cards in the deck. 5 Headed Dragon, to target for mainly Future Fusion, as I've said, but also can be used with Polymerization, just in case, say, the Blue Eye strategy does unfortunately go down the pan. Then we've got 1 Iron Chain Dragon. It's not very good because some monsters do activate in the graveyard, but it's a 25 attack level 6 synchro monster, so it can stand up quite well. And then we've got Orient Dragon to banish synchro monsters when it's summoned, to get around any annoying synchro monsters really. 1 Exploder Dragon Ring to smash into monsters and do burn damage. Then we've got Black Rose Dragon to reset the field. 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon to destroy field spells and to special summon monsters. 2 Stardust Dragon. Because Trishula is no longer in the game, I decided to go for 2 Stardust Dragon, because there have been many a time where I thought I wish I had a second Stardust to get around destruction, and now I do, so I've got 1 I can synchro into, and 1 that I can actually summon with Starlight Road if needed. Then we got my favourite synchro, Light End Dragon. When she battles a monster, she can lose 500 attack and defense in order to reduce the monster she battles with by 1500 attack and defense, so quite a nice little card there. Dark End Dragon to send monsters to the grave if needed. Trident Dragion. This is quite good for sometimes doing OTKs or finishing the game, because it can destroy any cards that you don't need on the field, and it can get equal attacks times the number of cards. Well, it can attack them total 3 times if this is successful. So it's quite a good little card. And we've got, for the Exceeds, 2 number 17 Revised Dragon. I've heard about other Exceed Dragons that are going to be coming out soon, and they look very interesting, and I do want to get them, but at the moment, that's what I'm sticking with. So anyway guys, that is Blue Eyes Dragons. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next video is actually going to be how to build Blue Eyes decks, because I've been getting a lot of questions about how I've been making my deck work successfully without Hopeless Dragon and everything, and I've had some people ask me, how do you build Hopeless and how do you build that? So I'll try and do my best in the next video. So till then guys, from me and the Shining Dragon, we are signing out. Bye!